Tuttle here for Ferguson Roof Systems. For 43 years, Ferguson Roof Systems has been protecting Oklahoma's homes and businesses with quality roofing services. Their goal was to be the most honest and dependable roofing company in the state, all while providing free services such as lifetime labor warranty and annual inspections. Well, mission accomplished with thousands of client testimonials, an A+ Better Business Bureau rating, and a 5-star rating on Google. Look, the weather gives you enough to worry about, so why worry about who to trust with your roof? Call Ferguson Roof Systems today or find out more at fergusonroofsystems.com.
All right, well, let's see what we got going on here. It's been a fun last 30 minutes, so let's see if I got a live video going. Come on, Facebook. You're not doing me right. Oh. All right, well, you two guys are on there, so that's good. Let me see if my patrons are on there. So let me go to that real quick. Having some technical difficulties this evening. Okay, patrons, weather's live. You guys are on there. You're lucky because the other Facebook page isn't working. That's the main page. So I gotta get that going too. Let me do a little refresh. Maybe it's just a little late to its own party. So bear with me here for a minute as I get things going. In theory, it says it's going. So where is it? There's the whole thing. Wait, did something just tell me something happened? Reacted to your live video and okay. Where is my video? Seriously, come on. What's the deal here, Facebook? It's working, right? Stream health. Looks good. Live service received. So, where is it? Good grief. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure somebody's watching. Oh, man. Let me go to the live video page. Maybe it's hidden on there. I'm just missing it. Is it there? No. Man, Facebook, why you gotta be like this? Let's see. Well, we patrons are getting the luck of the draw here. Hang on just a couple more seconds here. I gotta figure this out. I should have a live video going, and it's not going. I had to do it a different way tonight because something was. Oh, there it is. Found a button. We're in business. Teeny tiny little button starting at the very, very bottom. There, now we're live. Okay. Phew! Okay. So, give everybody a minute or so to get back in here on the main page. There we go. Now we're working. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. It was just a little TV timeout before the big show. That's what else you guys got to do, right? I meant to go on about 9:15, but that just wasn't going to happen. So, all right, let's get it loaded here. Okay, now we're ready to rock and roll. Now I got everybody in the house. So, broadcast live on multiple platforms, and I got to get them all to work, right? It's not fair if I can't get them all to work. All right, so you guys are here because we're going to talk about some weather. So thanks for joining me. I'm Meteorologist here in Tuttle. And we have a little bit of snow in the forecast here for tonight. We're going to talk about that. Plus some rain coming up this weekend. And then possibly a nice little winter storm coming up for the state as we head into the extended outlook. I'm going to show you that coming up as well. So you've come to the right place to get all caught up. Okay, so let's minimize this action. And let's start with the big picture, shall we? Okay, so this is a look at the satellite viewpoint here across the country. This little guy right here, let's see, this is our area of interest. It's the upper level disturbance, so I could also mark it like so. And out ahead of it is pumping a little bit of moisture in here. That's creating cloud cover. It's starting to saturate the atmosphere a little bit, and we're starting to get some precipitation out of this deal. What does that look like? Well, temperatures across the state, by the way, are into the 20s and 30s. So yes, cold enough for some snow. And if you look down here, you do have some light rainfall mixing in, and this white on the map here on the back end of this indicates a little bit of snow, what the radar is trying to transfer it over to. So it's kind of a little bit of a rain and snow mix in this area from around Lawton to the west to Altus. Is not a lot, and then that'll stretch toward Paola and Chickasha. And Ada, so that's basically the rain-snow mix line. Don't look for anything, in the accumulation factor, but you might see a little bit of wet snowflakes mixed in there. So there you go. Double talking, overlap conversations. Is there something wrong with the audio feed? Let me know. And I'll see what I can do. Okay, so that's a look at what's currently happening. So this is just kind of beginning. It's not a big system here for us, and actually most of the precipitation currently is down south, but it should expand northward here, closer to this area of energy in the atmosphere. As we talked about, temperatures are into the 20s and 30s out there over the state, plus you have dew point values into the 20s. So we got a lot of wet bulbing potential for some of that snow out here in central, northern, northwestern Oklahoma. Let's take a look at what that looks like. If your audio's a little messed up, your video's messed up, just refresh your browser, your phone, or whatever. The sounding here this evening, if we look, the red line temperature, green line dew point, in between, you see how far apart they are? That's a lot of dry air we're overcoming here this evening. But this little blue line in between is the wet bulb temperature, and it's staying to the left of this dashed line, which typically means you get snow. So that's some good news. So in other words, all we have to do is saturate. All we have to do, it's a lot actually, all we have to do is saturate this column. We'll get some action out of it. Manette, by the way, I see you with 50 stars tonight. Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate the stars. You can send stars on the bottom right next to where it says the comments section. So let's take a look at what the model thinks will happen with that saturation. So if we take a look here with time, this goes up to about 11 o'clock this evening. These lines get much closer together. We used to have some lift out here showing up with a temperature of 31 over 28. I see you, Demi. I see you, Leslie. Thank you, ladies. So what this means is the outlook goes to snow. Now with this little drier air still kind of hugging in there, you might get a little sleet out of that, or these little bitty snow balls or snow grains kind of thrown in. I see you, Esther. Appreciate you. So as we head into the temperatures tonight, it's going to be cold. We're looking into the low 30s, so temperatures really won't change much. For tomorrow, they're going to rebound into the mid-30s here in central Oklahoma, possibly some low 40s down south and the 30s to the north. However, the bigger story with this little mini event is the wind chill. The winds will go out of the north tonight and tomorrow, pick up. So these wind chill values here tonight into the 20s. As we head into the morning hours, wind chill values in the teens up here from Ponca City to Enid. Out here in northwest Oklahoma, the low teens to single digits to below zero in southwestern Kansas. That is cold. As we head throughout the middle of the day, we're into the mid-20s here for teens. That's what the wind chill factor is going to feel like. I see you, Amber, Larry, and Holly. Thank you, and Wayne. As we head into the afternoon, the winds will kind of lighten up a little bit, but the wind chill values stay into the low to mid 20s. So tomorrow is not going to be a pretty day, guys. It's going to be ugly. You're going to want to bundle up. So that was a big deal. Now, let's get back to the snow. I know that's what you really want, right? So let's take a look at how things ought to go. Now, the model is actually missing the precipitation down south. It doesn't even know it's there, which is a big no-no. They finally do kind of produce some of it, but it moves out into southeastern Oklahoma, just some light rain. It does have some better snow development here from Tulsa to Muskogee to the northeast Oklahoma and up here to southwestern Kansas. This is by 6 a.m. Maybe a couple flurries here showing up. I see a couple of specks on the map, and that's about it. And that moves on away. I see you, Angela. Thank you very much. And Jeannie, I see you. So that's the only snow we're looking at. Now, how much is that going to materialize? Well, this particular model has about a ½ inch of snow in Muskogee, a dusting in Tulsa, and then maybe even an inch out here into, say, Craig County or far eastern Oklahoma into northwest Arkansas and southwest Missouri. So that's the best shot of snow there. And a secondary area in southwestern Kansas, about a dusting of snow in northwestern Oklahoma. So this is not a huge event for us. If you look at the European output, I see you, Jeanette. Thank you very much for the stars. If you look at the European, you do see a little dusting of snow here in central Oklahoma and then to the east. But again, just like the other model, it's not anything to write home about. But don't be surprised. You see a little bit of the white stuff in the grass when you get up in the morning. Weather Service has kind of outlined the rain-snow mix. I kind of got to agree with it based off the latest trends. So pretty much all snow or some sleet, grains here, central Oklahoma, points north and west, where it's plenty cold enough in the atmosphere, and then down south, a little bit of that mixture of rain and snow together. Now, let's get on to something of real intensity, right? This is just piddly child's play. Let's get into an adult situation. That's what I'm going to talk about this. Okay, so for this weekend, there you go. You've got some rain here across Saturday afternoon in central and eastern Oklahoma. So this weekend, expect a little bit of rain moving through Friday night and Saturday morning. It won't be a whole lot. We're probably talking a quarter to half inch at most. I see you, Jennifer. Let's see. So thank you for the stars. As we go through time after that little system, so again, it's just Saturday. It's going to be kind of wet the first part of the day, then drying out by late afternoon. Then we're looking at the Thursday, February 3rd into the 4th. And what do you see here? This is in the morning of the 4th. A nice winter storm. This is the Canadian model. So it's got some heavy snow here in central Oklahoma, a mixture of rain, sleet, snow, maybe a little bit of freezing rain here in central Oklahoma as well, and then heavy rain in eastern Oklahoma. As we head into the 4th during the day, that moves off to the east, more snow, and there you go. So that is a storm system showing up. That's the Canadian model. If we look at the, there's a European model for that same time period, and it's wound up too. It's on the 4th, but the difference is it has a dry slot here out into the parts of central Oklahoma that wrap around heavy snow in northwest Oklahoma and Kansas, and then you got the rain out to the east. So that's two models, which I like to see them running close as far as an outcome goes. I see you, Jeffrey. Appreciate you. Guillermo, I see you, Mr. Sanchez. If we go into, I believe it was the American model, and I don't think it was as bullish, but let's take a look. And I'm going to do the midday run, so it's a little sooner than the other one. Yeah, see, it's not as excited, but it has a similar look. So, and it's actually a day late and $1 short, but at least it's there. Remember, at this point, when you're talking long range, all I care about is seeing a signal. I want a signal in the noise. And is that signal a strong signal or is it a weak signal? It's a strong signal, and it's picked up by multiple models. That gives me confidence. We are going to see a winter storm here across the central southern plains. The question, of course, is always the exact location of the track and how much we're going to get, and the devil's in the details, all that jazz. And we're looking at almost was it 8 days from now. So 9 days from now. It's going to be a minute to form and get here and all that stuff. I can take a look at snowfall totals just for fun. That's all this is going to be. So I'm going to throw this up here as a caveat. And let's go 144. Does that take us far enough? No, it does not. We've got to go way out there. Let's go 240. All right, that takes us to 18. And that model's got nothing. But let's see what else we got. Okay, the old American GFS got some snow down in North Texas, and would you imagine that? And then the Arkansas, Missouri, the new version of that same model erases all of it. And then the blended models from others do have a peppering of snow here across most of Oklahoma and up into Kansas and Northwest. So this is a good look. This is a good idea. It's just something we're going to watch for. And Timothy, I see your comment. You think we'll have a bad spring? You said I never go live anymore, and that hurt my feelings today when I saw that. And here I am going live just for you. This is really the only reason I was going live tonight was because I saw your post, and it made me feel sad deep in my soul. So this live is for you, Timothy. I'm just messing with you. Okay, so that's what I got for you. Let me take a look at a couple of your questions, comments, concerns, that kind of stuff, and then we'll turn you loose. So what happened was, basically, if you're wondering, I have to authenticate like my login through these API systems, and if that doesn't work, you have to use RMTP process as a backup. So I had to go set up an RTMP after I gave up trying to do the authentication 1,000 times, 30 different ways. Okay, so on YouTube, yeah, just a little bit of snow. It's nothing to get excited about. Nothing like we've had in the past. Jim is always checking in from Mustang. Good to see you. Sandy says, who turned on the AC? I'm telling you, it's frigid out there. Ron, good to hear it. And hey, Perry. So as always, thanks you guys on YouTube for checking in. As always, you can also use the super chat function if you ever feel so inclined. On Twitter and Periscope, that's on there as well. If you guys have a question, chime in here real quick. On the Patreon page, let's see, look what you guys have to say. So you checking in. Let's see, can I get all the comments? Show them to me. Show me the money. Come on, Facebook. There we go. Katina's in the house. Phil's here. Kathy's here. Good. Glad it was working out there. Brandon, he's tired of this winter stuff. He wants storm season to kick in. Kim, yes, I did get a little bit of a haircut, and I got no product. Ain't no spiking today. It's just flat. It's all natural. I got a very round head. Did you notice that? That's because I was a C-section baby. A little TMI here for tonight. Because in case you wanted to know. The reason why is because they thought I was going to die. See, I had that umbilical cord wrapped around my neck, and they figured if I came out the old-fashioned way, that'd be the end of old AT. So, in their infinite wisdom, they thought, well, we'll just go the modern way. And that way I was okay. So, that's why I got a perfectly round head. If that means anything at all to you. All right. Ron, I see you with the 50 stars. Thank you very much. He's doing the Stars Holiday Celebration. I see you, +2, which means he's a supporter and top fan. So he's loaded up with the badges tonight. All right, let's see. Was there anything on YouTube? What were the winds like in that winter system? The one we had several days ago, we had gusts up to 40 and I believe 50. It's been so long, but at the time, I think I recall I was talking with one of the storm chasers that were out there because it was a blizzard-like criteria for a very small window of time for certain areas here in west central Oklahoma. So it hit blizzard criteria for a couple of counties during that storm system. So you have to have winds close to 50 or so for that to happen, and blowing and drifting snow. So that did occur over a small area. That was a wild storm system. So good question though. The future one. For the next storm system, gradient looked pretty good. I didn't check the wind speeds. I can do that here real quick. And because why not, since we're kind of focused on it, right? Let me go to let's do this one. And all right, let's go take a look at the wind. And we're going to do wind gusts. And we're going to do 240. That's the 222. So there's some wind gusts on this model up around 30 to 40 to maybe even 50 miles per hour in northwest Oklahoma. So we'd have to concern with blowing snow, drifting snow, possible blizzard-like conditions, all that kind of stuff. That's on the table of things to watch for when you start to see some data like this. That's a good question. And that's next in. This is on February the 4th. So that'll be our next big winter storm moving into the central and southern plains. And of course, as we get closer, I'll have more details on that. We'll be able to see how the trend is going. Trend meaning stronger winds or weaker winds, more snow or less snow, more rain, less rain. Oh, you know what? One thing I didn't show you was the rainfall totals for this upcoming Saturday. So let me do that here real quick. Not all models were in the same agreement, but let's take a look. Let's do Sunday morning. Yeah, we'll do this one. Okay, so for example, the Canadian model had about half inch of rain up in northeast Oklahoma, anywhere from a few hundreds to about a quarter inch here in central Oklahoma. The old American model had much higher amounts in Kansas and northern Oklahoma, but still not much in central. The new version of that same model doesn't look any different. Well, there it goes. A little slow to come in. It's got some streaks of some better rain here. I hope it actually gets more of that half inch because I'd like to put down some of that pre-emergent, kill those springtime weeds, and you need a little bit of rain to wash that in. Blended Models has about half an inch of rain here in central Oklahoma and closer to an inch here in northeast Oklahoma. So this Friday night, Saturday event may end up being pretty decent. There's a UK Met and the European high res, but you can see the signal by all intents and purposes has the northeastern third of the state seeing the majority of the rain. It tapers off quite a bit south and west from there. So that was one thing I forgot to show earlier, so I'm glad you brought that up. Or I brought that up. I'm not sure who brought that up. I think I just went on a tangent. Squirrel. So, Garcia, I see you in there with 150 stars. Thank you. Daisy's in the house, 200. I got you. Joanna, also in the house. Thank you for some stars tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So I appreciate that. Some people are saying we're going to have 5 EF5 tornadoes this year. So, Tim, I can tell you're new here, which is fine because I welcome everybody new. But if you watch me long enough, we speak truth around here. And unfortunately, I don't blow smoke up your behind. Jeffrey, by the way, I see you. You're on a 4-week hot streak. Those long range predictions are garbage. Just so you know, them panning out is like a broken clock being right twice, a day. Sometimes they get it right or close to being right, and sometimes they're way out in left field. And I've seen all kinds of work go into this from a lot of the experts, and they use everything we possibly can to try to pinpoint and figure out what a season's going to be like and try to pinpoint which weeks or which months is going to be the worst. And the luck or the skill is just, luck is a better term to use when they get it right. The level is very low. So you almost want to say it's this much better than, no skill at all, because in the energy sector, when you're trading gas and all that kind of stuff, if you can get this much more skill over a flat noise, they'll take it and they'll try to make money off of that. So anytime you can get any type of skill at all, it's a good thing. It's just sometimes I think people in the public, they get so excited how our forecasts are so accurate in the short range quite a bit. And even, I'm talking to you tonight going to the first week of February, and usually pretty good. So they get comfortable thinking, well, that means all the forecasts are going to be good. And that is so not the case. Long-term forecasts, they stink. I don't know if they'll ever get better. It's going to take I don't know what it's going to take. It's going to take something we don't have right now. So it's probably going to take some artificial intelligence, some really, really great mesh of computer systems, and a lot more input variables that we can somehow add into these models. So I don't know. It's a discovery. The science is really cool. To be in meteorology, it has advanced tremendously in the last 20 to 40 years. I mean, light years from what it used to do, what we used to know, what we used to be able to tell you. Now it's unbelievable. So I got confidence, that the extended outlook will continue to get better with skill. The seasonal outlooks and the climate outlooks may take a while. I think they will eventually somewhat get a little bit better, but just don't hold your breath. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Philip, I see you. Michelle was definitely not. Oh, you were late to the party because we already wrapped up everything. Chayton's in the house. Humble's in there. I see you with some stars tonight. And Deborah and Janice. Philip's on a 2-week streak. You the man. All right, so I think that was it for the questions. I know you guys haven't heard from me in a while, and that's because sometimes I get real busy. I do a lot of stuff behind the scenes and just everything else in between. And then if the weather is kind of boring, it doesn't do much for me. And if it doesn't tickle the hair on my leg, then why am I talking about it, right? To borrow an expression from an anchor of the news from years ago. It was a funny one. He's not working news anymore. That's probably why. Let's see. How do you tell what the model times are? So I usually tell you just on I'll verbally tell you what day to look at because they go in Zulu time and for the time frame and stuff. So I'll convert it for you if there's anything exciting. Gopher's ready for some spring. Well, of course, because your name's Gopher. And gophers right now are hiding. They want to come out. So they don't want to see their shadow. All right, Kathy, I see you with 100 stars. Thank you, by the way, for all the stars tonight. What we're going to do is we're going to sign off out of this. Remember, a little bit of light snow tonight for really, really late, and you're just like, what's happening? Give me a 5-second recap. There you go. A little bit of light rain, snow, sleet mixture. Nothing substantial. You might wake up a little bit of dusting on the grass and maybe it's kind of a wet pavement, and that's about it. I don't expect any travel issues. But with temperatures in the upper 20s and bridges and overpasses, this time of the year, you just got to be careful. It doesn't take much to create a little glaze out there on the roadways. So keep that in mind if you're traveling late tonight, tomorrow morning. Otherwise, there's really nothing to this system at all. Most would probably evaporate. And then as we head into Friday night, Saturday, next round of rain, anywhere from 1/4 of an inch to maybe 1/2 an inch here in central Oklahoma, and much higher amounts up to an inch in northeast Oklahoma. And then after that, all eyes go to around the 4th of February, where it looks like a pretty decent winter storm is setting up here for Oklahoma, Kansas area. So we'll have more details on who gets all the fun stuff with that, how much snow we may get out of it, winds, ice, anything like that may come. It doesn't look like an ice setup. It just looks like a rain, thin line of freezing rain or sleet, and then snow set up. So more of that kind of a winter storm. But we'll see. We got plenty of time to figure out the nuts and bolts of that one. In the meantime, I'm going to get out of here. You guys have a great night. Sleep well. Take some melatonin. Drink some fiber before bed. Giving you some tips here. And make sure you turn off the TV, lights, all that kind of stuff. That way you can get your mind to wind down. See? That's what you got to do. Kick the pets out of the bed, because if the pets move in the middle of the night, they disrupt your REM sleep. They disrupt your REM sleep. That disrupts your sleep cycle. If it gets you out of your deep REM, then your body doesn't get to recharge and repair itself, which is when it really repairs itself. Doesn't do it during the day, it does it at night when you're sleeping like a baby. And that's when you grow and get better. So there's some tips on sleeping well tonight, if you didn't know. All right, I'm out of here. By the way, thanks again always for Ferguson Roof Systems for sponsoring my live broadcasts. Wearing his shirt tonight. So they are a wonderful group, been around since the 70s. So if you do need any roofing work on your home, that is definitely a company I recommend. Great group, great family. Okay, I'm out. We will see you guys soon. See ya.